What's up guys, welcome to today's video. In today's video I'm going to talk about how to organize your time. So if you're an entrepreneur, you need to know how to organize your time, how to plan projects, how to track your time, to make sure that you're not wasting your time, to make sure that you stay focused. And today I'm going to compare two key systems for doing this. I'm going to compare Trello, which is one of the most popular systems, and Breeze.pm, which is a newer system. And I'm going to show you, I've used both of these systems, and I'm going to show you a comparison between them. So let's jump straight into it, guys, and let's check this out. So, as I mentioned, if you're an entrepreneur, it's super important to keep track of your time because time is money. So every single chunk of, let's say, 10 minutes, you should be accounting for it. And there's some great tools for you to do this. Now, what you're looking at here is a tool called Breeze.pm. And in fact, this was actually the first tool I used, which may sound weird because this is a slightly weird small tool that not a lot of people know about, but it was recommended to me by Charles No, who is a big guy in affiliate marketing. And this tool is a really good tool. First off, you have to pay for it, but you can access it on a trial which goes on for I think like 14 days. Now if you take the trial, make sure that you keep track of when it's finishing, because they don't actually tell you when the trial is up. They just suddenly block your account and then you have to pay money. If you click on, you can see here, start your free trial. After the free trial, you do have to pay, and it's $29 a month. So it's quite pricey, frankly, compared to some of the other solutions. But why is this system so good? Well, what you're looking at here is you're looking at the default dashboard that comes with Breeze.pm. And firstly, you can create, so it's similar to Trello in that it's like a Kanban system. You have different columns on the page, but with Breeze.pm, there's some cool things you can do. So the idea is that you would make a column for, let's say, the things you need to do, right? So you'd put, say, your people you have to email, tasks you have to do in this column. You click on this button and then you can just fill them in like this. So call my secretary, alright, or whatever, and then you put a description, and then you would just add it in, save it in, and then it just goes in straight into your to-do list. Now when you actually get around to doing it, firstly, you can also like rearrange your to-dos like this, which is super handy. Now when you actually get around to doing it, you drag it to your doing column, and then you just click on this little thing, and what it's doing when you click on this arrow, it immediately starts a timer, so that which you can then get on and do the task, call your secretary or whatever. And then when you called your secretary, you just click on the stop thing, and then inside the task is actually tracked that time in. And then you can even edit the time later. Now, there's a ton of other things you can do here. You can have a discussion, you can add comments, and you can also tag each item on your list. You can add due dates, and you can email it to people, copy it to other boards, which is super important. So that's a great thing, because to be honest with you, this timing system is not available in Trello. You cannot do that. So that's one thing which this system has on Trello. Another thing that you can do in this, which you cannot do in Trello, is you can add swim lanes. So if you add a swim lane, so let's say I've got my to-do list up there. Now let's say I'm going to have a to-do list for my employee or my coworker Bob, and I'm going to put some things on this to-do list for him. So I can have my own to-do list here, and then if I need to do something I want to delegate it to him, I can just drag it into his area here. And it's part of the same board. Now in Trello they're called boards, in Breeze they are called projects, but they're the same thing. When you log in, this is this display you get, and you've got like all your different projects here. If I add a new project, then you'll see it appears next to that original project. So that's ultimately is a very, very similar system to Trello, but obviously, as you can see, there are some key differences. And another thing you can do here is you can assign them to people. So if you want to assign this to somebody on your team, you can put their name in here and it will assign them to it. To be honest with you, I only ever use this on for my own personal purposes, and I don't have a VA or anything like that, so I never have to assign my tasks. But it's nice to have a system where you know if that's something you're thinking of, it's all built in and ready for you. Now that's pretty much all I'm going to show you on. Oh, the last thing I'll show you on Breeze is the Gantt charts. Now this I find super helpful for me because I used to use Excel for this, but when I found out that all these tools have Gantt charts, it just saved me a ton of time. So the great thing is about Breeze is that you can log on to this website, which they actually provided free, and when you log on, you can just sign in, and I'm going to sign in now. And then when you sign in, you're actually going to get a Gantt chart which is generated automatically for your Breeze project. And when you put the due dates in the Gantt chart, you're actually going to have them come up here in this display. So this is super, super cool. Again, it's something that's not available with Trello, but again, I'm going to show you in a second how you can actually do this. But it's nice to know that it's a really clean interface, and it just comes up. You got here to do, doing, done. These items in the Gantt chart that correspond to the columns in your to-do list, and obviously it puts everything in. So again, it's really, really good system, and it's super lightweight, and there's also a mobile app available as well. So honestly, it's a good system. The only trouble with this is that it costs $29 a month, right? Now I'm going to show you the alternative. Now Trello is obviously something that all you guys probably have heard of. It's the most #1 project management tool out there. So basically this is what it looks like. Trello, you can see it's already quite similar to Breeze. You've got you've got your boards and everything. It's the same thing, and when you click in them, this is my own Trello, which I use for my own business. You can see that you've got each section here is corresponding again with your columns here, so it's very, very similar. And again, Trello, you drag everything in. Now one thing I'd like to show you guys, I'm not going to go over Trello too much because I think most people know about it. By the way, just to let you know, Trello, it is completely free. So unlike Breeze.pm, with Trello you can just use it forever and you don't need to pay for it. However, obviously once you get using it, you're going to find out that certain add-ons you do need to pay for. So it's like any free product. Now when you click on this, what I'd like to show you guys quickly here is I actually had this thing. I was really freaking out over this Trello system. I started with Breeze, then I switched to Trello because I didn't want to pay the fee. But when I got to Trello, I was freaking out because there was a feature like this Gantt chart thing that I couldn't find on Trello. So if you click on this menu, what you can actually get is you can actually get a Gantt chart here. So you go down to Team Gantt, and then you can enable it. Alright, now you're only allowed one power up on the free version, but that's all you need. And once I got that, I was actually able to use this Team Gantt thing here. Alright, and then this is what it looks like. Now the final thing I'll just quickly show you is another way, that thing I use for Trello, which is Trello Gantt. And again, this is another way of getting a Gantt chart in Trello. So again, this is my personal Trello here, and you've got all the tasks on the left, and if you make any changes, so this is the Team Gantt, and you can see again it's just done, put all my Trello tasks here into this box, and the Trello Gantt is the similar thing, And again, if I put on this Gantt chart, so I've got my tasks here, if I put any of them due here, on here, then it automatically adds the date here for the due date. So again, it's a really, really nice integration. So ultimately, which one would I recommend, guys? Given that Trello, it's got a very, very similar layout to Breeze, it's got like all the same things. One final thing actually I'll mention, I did show in Breeze that it does have a timer on the things. You can click on the arrow and track time to each task. On Trello, you can actually, this functionality is not available by default on Trello, but again, it's a little hack that I did to add this, was I found this website called Toggle. Okay, and this website is actually just totally dedicated to time tracking. It puts like a little thing here in your Chrome extension, and when you are working on, firstly, this is completely free as well. There's a free plan available, which is not a trial. And when you get this little icon here, and then when you wanted to start working on any of your tasks, what you do is they add this little button, comes in, this is a toggle button, and then when you click on this, what happens is it then asks you for your toggle project, and again, you just set your projects up to mirror what you got in Trello, and then you just click on done, and now it is tracking time to this to-do list item. If I click off this and I go and do something else and I get on with the tasks, I can always click on this icon here and it will actually show me that I'm still tracking time to it. And then when I've tracked time to it, what I can then do is go to toggle for the actual results of what I've been working on, and that doesn't show up in Trello. So again, Breeze integrates that whole time tracking system. Trello doesn't do that. Again, if anybody knows of another system, please let me know, but this is the only free way I was able to do it, and here you can see all the stuff I've been working on along with the time I've spent doing it. Literally, guys, that is all to say on this matter. Breeze PM versus Trello for time tracking. If I was recommending somebody to what to use as an entrepreneur and they were starting from nothing, I would say go with Trello, because I've managed to set up this system. It's 90% as good as Breeze, and it is completely free. I don't pay any money for it, and it's free forever. And it's a great system. Plus Trello, it has a shit ton of integrations. You can see all of these integrations here. Breeze doesn't have all of these. And not only that, but it's like a standardized system. Everybody knows about it. So basically, I would say 90% of the time go with Trello. However, if you are a more experienced person and you want just a slicker system with everything that works really, really nicely, and it's super important for you to get that system, if you've got people working for you, for example, and it really, really makes a difference, go for Breeze. So that's all for today. I'd also just quickly say, check out Slack as well, which is another system to use. But that's literally all for today, guys. Let me know what you think about this, and I'll see you in the next video.